So, guys, I have Melissa Mama B Brisbane on the mesh. Welcome to the podcast, Mama B. Say hi.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
It's good to have you here. Some of you guys might know her as Max and Mason's mom, but I know her as Mama B. And we met back when I met Max and Mason, freshman year of college. Now we're roommates. We've been roommates for almost 2 years now, and we're super close friends. And the whole family is just awesome. And you guys are gonna have the opportunity to get to know a very special person to me. And Mama B, would you like to say a little something about how we met and how?
I'm just honored to be your bonus mom and to share them with
Yeah.
you. I feel like I can't be there to supervise, but I have a little watchbird there for me sometimes, making sure they live another day.
Yes, sir. Guys, today we have her for the career series. She's done healthcare, wellness, consulting, and now she's got your school looking like a Nike ad. So if you guys need a little wrap around your school look a little dingy, this is the person to get into. Can you talk a little bit of something about that?
About the school wraps or
About
what
what
in
you do,
general?
about all of those careers you have. Just a little short. Like, why do you have so much stuff on your resume?
Yeah. So I started my career in healthcare. I was stayed there for 30 years, healthcare administration, managing business offices. I had 33 hospitals in 5 different states all over
Oh
the
my
country.
God.
Yes. And I traveled a lot, but then I had 4 children. You only live with two of them now.
Yeah.
But as the kids got older and into school, it was harder to be gone so much. So I came off the road and I started teaching healthcare for adult students locally and retired from that with my skincare consulting business, my health and wellness stuff. And when I moved out here to Austin, I have friends living here that owned a graphics company called Waterboy Graphics, and they needed help in the office. So they talked me into coming out of retirement. And now I work with schools from coast to coast all over the country and I schedule all of the installation of graphics.
Mm.
So I don't do the design, but I work with the schools once they get to the design portion of things. I kind of take over as the project manager and make sure they're happy with everything, that things are flowing well, and then I get them actually installed up on the walls, up on the doors, looking great. And it's just so much fun to see the transformation of these schools and the joy that it brings to the students that are there going through those hallways and locker rooms and gymnasiums and football fields every day.
Wow. Wow. Okay, this is why we have this whole episode of questions to get into it. But guys, that is her short resume, short summary of her resume. Before we get to the segments, I want to ask you a quick question. Are you ready? Okay. What's more stressful, end of quarter reports or family group texts?
Family group text, 100%. You know my family.
Mm.
The quarterly reports are easy.
Quarter, you know, texting your sons is also difficult for me too, so I can perfectly understand that. They get to it when they get to it. I can understand that. But with that being said, let's get into our first segment. This segment is called Decades in the Details, Healthcare Leadership and Pivoting with Precision. Okay, Mama B, your first question is, you had a 30-year run in healthcare admin. What's the one thing you could always control and what couldn't you?
Oh, what I could control was myself, my
Mm,
attitude, my actions, my willingness to show up every day and be the best that I could. What I could not control was who called in sick that day. I mean, with 33 hospitals in 5 different states, there were lots of unplanned, uncontrolled events, but you just have to make the decision that you are responsible for these facilities and you're going to do everything you can to make it work and to keep things rolling.
wow. Like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. 33?
33.
33 hospitals.
Yes. Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, Nebraska, and Iowa. That was my territory. Yeah. With 4 children at home, I would fly out of the airport every Monday morning, come home, fly back home late Thursday night, maybe Friday morning. Sometimes weather had me delayed until Saturday. Yeah, it was a lot.
Talk about a supermom. That is a superwoman right there. I love that. That
Poor
is awesome.
coach.
That is awesome. Hey, you did it though. Your sons are doing good. You
we,
did it. I'm
we
very
did it.
proud. Good
We did
job.
it. They learned.
Yes, they did. Okay. Next question. What's the worst part of being really good at your job in a broken system?
The worst part is you never really get that downtime. That was something that I struggled with because I felt like there was no one who could or would maybe do it like me. So it was hard for me to step away and have that downtime, to have a vacation or a break without always being on call or available for them to reach out to. So that was probably my biggest weakness, is not making them figure it out on their own.
Like delegating tasks and stuff
Mhm.
like that. Oh, yeah, that's one thing I'm learning to master right now because at this
Mhm.
moment I've been like I said earlier, like yesterday, I was like I've been put in charge of starting a podcast at the Plain School of Business here, and I'm supposed to have a group because I'm supposed to pass down the podcast to students and keep it going forever. Now I have to, I do every podcast by myself. I do the job of 20 people all by myself.
Mhm.
And it's hard for me to like hand that, to trust somebody with that kind of task. And that's something I'm learning right now is delegating. And I will take a page out of your book and start mastering that because I love to be independent and I'll start trying to lean on people.
But you
Now,
like to travel too.
I
You're
do
gonna
love to travel.
have to be able to step away and trust someone to do it in your absence, or it'll run right
Yes.
over you.
I will I will grit my teeth and start practicing that. Okay, next question. You don't scream corporate, but you clearly mastered it. What's your leadership style in one sentence?
Treat others the way you want to be treated. I would
Thank
treat the janitor in the hallway the same as the CEO.
mm,
I'm a people person and I believe in treating people the way I want to be treated, even though that's not always reflected back to me. I try not to let other people's actions change who I am
mhm.
or how I treat them.
Oh, yeah, that's real right there. Take that into your head, people. I like that. That's a perfect sentence right there. Okay, next question. Last question in this segment. Was there a moment where you realized you were done with that chapter? You talked about it earlier. Elaborate more on that.
It was. I walked away from being on the road 4 to 5 days a week when the boys started, I wanna say, 2nd grade. I was not home for their first day of school. I was
Mm,
not home for birthdays. I mean, we still celebrated on the weekend or whatever,
mm,
but I was on the road a lot in the years that I managed those hospitals all over the country, and so I was missing out on key moments, and I was like, "Hey, I'm never gonna get this time back as a mom, as a parent with my kids." So I was great at my career. They treated me well at my career, but they could not replace my children and my family.
okay. I like that. I like that. I like that. That's a good. That's all I've been thinking to say about that. Hey, when you did your thing, you forget what you had to do. You made your priorities, and that's awesome. Take something from that, y'all. Don't be workaholics. Don't be workaholics. Okay, Mama B, we're about to enter into our next segment. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Next segment is called Vinyl Wraps and Wellness Drops. Let's get into it. This first question I got for you is: you got your hands in beauty, wellness, and branding. What's the common thread here?
People.
Mm,
So, beauty and wellness, I have a social following of around 5,000 people.
mm,
I have active customers in the hundreds,
mm,
and they trust my opinions of products. So, mostly it is beauty supplements, skincare, hair care, that kind of thing. But sometimes it's a vacuum or a floor scrubber, or
mm.
the type of container I take my lunch in. But it's built to a point where they trust my judgment on things. And I can, post about it, post a link, and they can go and have the same experience with the product that I have. And as far as the wraps, it's 100% the people. Just seeing the videos of the kids walking into a locker room once we've transformed it, a stadium transformed for Friday Night Lights, seeing the look on their faces, the coaches, the kids, the parents in the stands, the fans, just seeing from, the transition from before and after. So it's always about the people. I'm a people person and I love sharing things with people that either improve their life, make them happy, or make them feel better about themselves or what it is that they're doing in sports and even elementary schools. When you see the look on a 6-year-old's face when they walk into the school the morning after it's been transformed, it's priceless.
Wow, that is awesome. I like that. I like that. Oh, I like that because I was on the page earlier and I saw all of the designs y'all do in all the schools. I'm like, whoa, you guys did that? Oh my god, that looks cool. So
Mhm.
I could imagine the faces of having like a branded locker room with all of their stuff. Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. But designing a locker room vibe versus a leadership retreat, are they really that different?
Yes and no. I mean, the design of something that's going to stay up on a wall is going to transform lives when they first
Mm,
see it, when they start experiencing it for the years that they're there in that facility. But a leadership retreat is something that those people are going to have for a lifetime. So you might learn something in the things that I say and the things that I do or share with you that you will take forever to your grave, literally. I mean, I have people that were my students that learned things from me just about life, not even just the medical field, but learned stuff from me that they put to use in their everyday lives with their spouses, with their children, with themselves. And they still reach out to me and message me and say, "Hey, I'm going through this in life. And I remember what you told me when I thought that would never apply to me. It does now. And thank you." So the leadership retreat, probably, if you pay attention and learn, would last more than the branding. I feel like is a temporary high because then you get used to it being there and you move on to another school, that kind of thing. But
yeah.
yeah, that's kind of a yes and no question.
Okay. That's awesome. Perfectly said right there. Okay. Next question that we have is wellness consulting in 2025. Is it mostly science or mostly sales?
For me, it's the science because
Mm,
I like the scientific facts. I like knowing what the proof of what the products can do for you.
mm,
Beauty and wellness is a big, big deal right now. And
mm,
for me, it's very important that what I'm putting in my body and on my body is good for my body, that it's not going to have chemicals leaking into the product that I'm using. I do a lot of internal supplements and I do a lot of skincare, and your skin is the largest organ of your body, period. So a lot of people don't think of it as a living organ, but it is. And what you put on it is absorbed into your bloodstream fairly quickly. So you want to make sure that you're using good, clean products that are not just going to give you a temporary lift or look, but are actually doing good for your skin.
In the long term? Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Definitely, definitely long term.
Yeah. Like I can relate to this because my mom does beauty wellness stuff too. She does Narian.
Yes.
Well now it's
Yes.
Niara. Now it's Niara,
Yeah.
but like she does all of that. She posts about it all the time. She's got a Lexus out of it, and it was
Yes. We talk about it. Yes.
so it's like it's really cool to just see that me and Basin and Max kind of live like the same kind of life in that kind of aspect. Okay.
Good products matter.
Yes, they do. Okay, this last one in the segment is what's the most satisfying project you've touched in the last 3 years?
Myself.
Mm,
So you know my history, and I went through a divorce
mm-hmm,
3 years ago, and picked up and moved across the state
mm,
and totally reinvested in myself. So
mm.
I have poured into my children I've been a mom for 34 years now.
Oh,
And
gosh.
my babies are 20, they'll be 21 in January. But
Nope.
the most important investment for me in the last 3 years has been myself and rebuilding who I am as a person and what I stand for as a Christian.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Like, let me talk a little bit about that because, like, I've been in the process of rebuilding myself and branding myself and starting with my circle of influence, which is myself. Right now, I've been reading this book called "The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People" called by Convey, and I've been learning with I gotta start with myself. I gotta focus what's going on here, and then that will show out with people. It will reflect, and I will attract the right people. And that has been working in a tremendous way. And I really think it is God that's helping move into this direction. And which is even crazy that I'm just like referring to a book. Because if you told me a year ago that I would be reading and listening to books and running, that I would probably throw up and walk away. So like I can 100% agree with this. Is that the best product is yourself. The best project is yourself. And yeah, that's awesome, guys. That's awesome. Get to take what you just said to heart. Really sit there. If you have to pause the video, just really think about it and really start thinking about yourself. What can you do with yourself to move forward? Whatever business idea, project you have in mind, just really start with yourself because you matter. And what matters to you will matter to people.
That's right. I spent a lot of time on airplanes, and I always go back to the stewardess saying, "Put your own oxygen mask on before you
Mm,
help the one sitting next to
mm,
you." Because if
mm.
you're not taking care of yourself, you can't help anyone else.
You know, enough said. With that, we're gonna move in with a game time. Enough said about that. Okay, game time, Mama B. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Facility manager or influencer. This is the game. We're gonna you're gonna I'm gonna throw out a bunch of quotes. You're gonna decide if this came from a school branding brochure or a lifestyle influencer. Are you ready for the first one?
Okay.
Your environment should reflect your goals. Branding brochure or lifestyle influencer?
Branding brochure.
I would agree with that too, actually. I think I will agree with that too. Branding brochure. Yeah, that sentence itself that just carries a lot. It carries a lot. It means a lot. So that is definitely a branding brochure right there. Okay, next one. Color is a strategy, not an accessory.
That's got to be beauty, right?
Mm, yeah,
If you think about the colors that you wear, some colors look good on people, some don't. I could see it in branding too, but
yeah,
usually schools have already picked their colors and we
yeah,
know what we're going to work with when we go there. But
yeah,
beauty, colors, makeup, whatever.
yeah. That is giving lifestyle. That is definitely giving lifestyle. I will agree with that. Okay, next one. Your space is a mood board for your life. Your space
Branding.
is a mood branding. Huh? I can see branding and a little bit of lifestyle in there too.
Mhm.
Influencer. Your space is a mood board for your life because I see a lot of lifestyles really record in the same, like the same place. They do videos in
It's
the same place.
hard because
Yeah,
as an influencer, you
yeah,
also have a brand.
yeah,
So your question is kind of a lot of them are could go either way
yeah,
because as an influencer, you definitely have a brand. People know that my
yeah.
brand is my family, my children,
Hmm.
not only my products, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, for sure. Okay, next one is clean lines, clean mind.
I mean, I first think about my wellness products when you say that because what goes into you affects so much of how you live, your health and wellness.
Mm,
But I could see it in the branding realm too.
clean mind, clean mind. I think I've heard that probably said in the hallways before, maybe in a classroom. But yeah, that could definitely go into both. Okay, last one in the game time is let your logo lead the room.
Branding.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that for sure. Let your logo be. Yeah,
It's
that's
another
definitely.
one that could cross over into the beauty and wellness because I mean my logo as the olive tree,
Mm,
my group being called the family tree, a tree could make me think about that. But I mean that's if we're talking about a school logo, it could be for the school branding. So I could see that crossing over. But
yeah, yeah, for sure. They both go both ways because I have a logo for well this and everything that I do. So it definitely could go both ways for sure. Okay, we just got done with the game time. Next segment, our last segment is legacy that isn't loud. It's a few more deep questions, and then we're gonna wrap up movie. You ready?
yes,
Okay. You've obviously made some bold pivots in your life from managing multiple hospitals and now graphic and now wellness. Like what without blasting it on socials? Just why? Like why? Why did you just why can you do
for
so many things?
for me, socials are the highlight reel.
Mm,
So everybody doesn't need to know the downs or the lows or the whys or the hows. They just need to know here I am and here's what I'm doing that you can do too. But it's kind of just the highlight reel. So but the behind the scenes, you can put two and two together or not worry about it. But it's just not something that the personal details don't need to be blasted out there, in my opinion.
yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, what's your advice to someone mid-career who feels trapped in the thing they've been good at but no longer loves?
You gotta love it. I've always said, if I'm not happy, if I'm not having fun, I ain't doing it. You've gotta love what you do, and if there's something that you wanna do, you can't be scared to go and try. You've gotta follow your heart and enjoy what you do because if you think about it, our careers, we spend more waking hours on our careers at work than we do anywhere else, So you've got to enjoy what you're doing or it's just gonna tear you down.
That's awesome.
Life's too short.
Life is way too short for them. Okay, so a question leading on from that, you've talked about it earlier, why you decided to pivot into the stuff you're doing right now. So how do you actually know when to move on? Not just when you're tired, but when it's time.
For me, before I make any big move or change like that, there's always prayer, not just for myself. I have people that are close to me. I have them, I let them know what I'm considering or that I'm considering something, and I have people pray and I just ask God to show me a sign, to open the right doors and close the wrong doors. And it just kind of falls into place. But you do definitely have to have the faith and trust the process.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Definitely trust the process and praying. That's something I've had to learn and lean on the past well, this whole semester, I've been put in positions that I've never thought I would be in, and I've been put in situations that I never thought I would put myself in. And prayer, patience, and listening to my mentors, my parents, and people who had significant impact in my life has tremendously helped me. And I do want to say thank you to you and my family and my friends and everybody who's mentored me this for. There's still a lot to accomplish, but thank you.
If you want that growth, you've got to be willing to take the next step.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, your career has been steady, but your curiosity hasn't slowed. What keeps you expanding to all the stuff that you're doing right now?
Grandkids, the future, my future legacy. You have to evolve with time. You have to be willing to learn new things. And if you're not, you're going to get stagnant and you're not going to continue to grow. So it's all about the future me, which is my kids and grandkids.
Next question. What's the misconception people have about you and what's the truth?
The misconception is that I'm a snob. And the truth is, I'm just really, I'm not going to say bashful, but I keep to myself. I'm not as outgoing as people think until I get comfortable around you. So people who don't get close in that inner circle tend to think, oh, well, she's a snob. And that's not who I am at all.
No, that's not how we are. But I remember when we first met versus how we are around each other now. We're different. We have certainly got comfortable around each other. You do truly feel like
Yes.
I'm another mother to me. Y'all just got to get to know her, y'all. Okay, with that being said, we're going to wrap up right here, Mama B. We just got 2 more questions, and then we're going to shout out your business. Okay, this first question is, if someone Googled Melissa Brisbane 30 years from now, what do you hope comes up?
I hope that I am a healthy 84-year-old woman with lots of grandkids and beautiful daughters-in-law and son-in-laws and just thriving in life.
Yeah,
Maybe
definitely.
not too many, maybe not.
Hey, all the wellness stuff you do. Hey, I think you're good. I think I got more wrinkles than you at this point. You're good. You're good.
I have
All right.
some products you can use.
Hey, you got to put me on. That's for sure. Okay, this last question is, what's one principle that stayed true from hospitals to hallway installs?
I really go back to the golden rule, Wilson, of treat others the way you want to be treated. Because in all phases of life, no matter how big or small you are and what you do, that's something that people remember about you. I have a quote in the signature line of my email, and it says, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And I truly believe that, and I try to apply that aspect to all aspects of my life.
People don't know what you know until they know how much you care. I like that.
People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Thank you for that one. Okay, with that being said, we're gonna wrap up right here. But before we leave up, shout out your wellness business, Motherboard Graphic, whatever you want to shout out to promote. I want you guys to support her and her business because I know you always hassling me about posting you. So this is my way of doing it. So now you get to get posted for 30 days on all
You
my
gotta share
platforms.
my post, man. You
Yeah,
gotta share
I'll
my
try.
post.
And you know I manage 40 accounts, so now you get to be posted on all 40 of them. Okay.
So branding is through Waterboy Graphics, and
Mhm.
my health and wellness and beauty products. I have a private Facebook group called The Family Tree, and I rep Oliveda products, olive tree people.
That's awesome right there. Hey, go follow, support, buy products, get interested in your wellness and your health. Hey, this is a
Melissa
medical
Dawn. I'm Melissa
Melissa,
Dawn on Facebook. Yeah.
Melissa Dawn on Facebook, healthcare professional right there. So if you're not gonna listen to her, then I don't know who you're gonna listen to. But with that being said, I want to say thank you so much, Mama B, for coming on this podcast and sharing your insight and knowledge. We'll hopefully have you back in the future. Would you like to say bye to the mesh?
Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
Thank you.
Bye.